Selena, and I'm here to start a new mini-series on this channel, and the purpose of this mini-series is to celebrate the fact that I've reached 200 subscribers, and I'm very happy that I have 200 subscribers. Actually, I have a little over, so yay for me, and thank you to all of you who watch and who have subscribed and who comment and like. Totally appreciate it. So this is going to be part of a celebration giveaway thing. So here's how it kind of all works, and at least how it works in my head. Hopefully it makes sense. So I'm going to review books that I've read this year so far, but have not reviewed fully on this channel. And then what I'm going to ask you guys to do after I've uploaded these videos is to comment on each video, and if you comment on each video, then you are entered into the giveaway. So I'm not sure how many there are going to be overall. You're going to comment on each one. If you do that, then you're entered into the giveaway, and then I'll pull a random name, and then that one person will receive one of the books that is being reviewed. You get to choose which one you would like to have sent to you, and I will ship it to you. So that's just my way of saying thank you. I'm going to do these reviews, host the giveaway, and hopefully have fun in the process. So again, thank you to all of you who do watch. Okay, so one of the books that I read earlier in the year, and I was reading it with Mindy from Mindy Reads, and I'll leave a link to her channel down below, was The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman. Bam! This lovely book right here. Last year it was talked about a lot. Then I picked it up and have been waiting to read it. Read it at the beginning of this year in January, and I adored it. I seem to be a fan of Neil Gaiman's writings for middle grade and for young people, more so than his writings for adults. So I really did like this. This is aimed at 10 and up, and there are illustrations on the inside. So see, it's illustrated on the inside. So The Graveyard Book is written, like I said, by Neil Gaiman, and I read the paperback edition. And the main character's name is Nobody. His full name is Nobody Owens. And so as a child, he was fortunate enough to escape a murderer who murders his family. And when he escapes, he goes into a graveyard, and there he happens upon spirits, apparitions, whatever you want to call them, who take him in and raise him. And the Owenses are the ones who are in charge with raising him, so that the last name that he takes on is Owens, Nobody Owens. His godfather is a man by the name of Silas, and he is a mysterious character. He kind of seems to be able to walk the boundary, the limits between our reality and the other side. So while he is able to touch things and bring back food and clothes for Nobody, he also is able to interact with the other side and with the ghosts and demons and things of that nature that that kind of populate this world that Neil Gaiman creates. So Nobody, like I said, grows up in the graveyard, and we kind of watch him go from a baby to a young boy and develop into a young man. So the book does span many years in that respect. So to me, this is typical Neil Gaiman style. The tone is a bit dark, spooky at times. We do meet another character who comes in, leaves, and then comes back in the story, and her name is Scarlet. She meets Nobody as a young girl and in the graveyard, and they kind of have some fun adventures together, and then they are reunited later on in life when they are teenagers, and then the fun is a little bit tainted with some more seriousness. So while Nobody Owens lives in this graveyard, he has the ability and the know-how, or he learns the know-how of what it means to be a ghost or an apparition, so like going through walls, floating objects and things like that. He can do the things that ghosts and apparitions can do while he's a young child and under their care. So he also straddles that divide between, the living and the dead. The man that killed his family, kills nobody's family. His name is Jack, and he's part of this whole group. And they are somewhat like reapers, I would say. That's how I would classify them. I didn't get a real good sense as to the purpose of the group, how it really functions, but the fact that they are menacing, that they're evil, that they're up to no good, is made very, very clear. So the kind of dealings that Jack has is also paired with these demon kind of spirits that also populate this other world that Neil Gaiman creates and that nobody Owens lives in. And so that it brings in a little bit of darkness, but it never gets too, at least in my opinion, it never gets too bad to where someone who is 10, where this book is aimed for 10-year-olds and up, I would think that they should be able to handle the spookiness of it. So this is typical, like I said, of Gaiman's style, and it's very typical of his writing for young people. And its fancifulness is very much derived on pre-Christian kind of mythology that would be prevalent in England. So things that, festivals and rituals of like the Druids or the Anglo-Saxons, you would see a lot in Gaiman's style. All that stuff that would be pre-Christian are kind of what help populate the characters and give, rounds out his world building. I did feel like Gaiman probably owed quite a bit of this story to Charles Dickens, because in the opening of Charles Dickens' Great Expectations, Pip is in a graveyard looking at the tombstones of his parents and deceased brothers and sisters and trying to figure out what they might look like based on the shape and style and size of their tombstones. So I feel like that the darkness, the dreariness, the fog that seemed to permeate Great Expectations is very similar to what you would find in the Graveyard Book. There's also the mysterious benefactor, so Magwitch in Great Expectations. We have Silas in the Graveyard Book. And then you have the adoptive parents. So Nobody Owens is not raised by his biological parents, neither is Pip in Great Expectations. And you have the complicated love interest is what I would like to call it. So in Great Expectations it's Estelle, and in the Graveyard Book her name is Scarlet. So I do find that there are many parallels between Charles Dickens' Great Expectations and the Graveyard Book. But I think I gave the Graveyard Book 4 or 5 stars. I can't quite remember, but you can go into my Goodreads page and check that out. I did write a review for this book as well. Again, I recommend this book to people who are familiar with Neil Gaiman's writing style, and anyone who may have heard of Neil Gaiman and are not sure if they like him or not and want a kind of a gateway Gaiman book. This is your gateway Gaiman book. It's a good introduction to what you can pretty much expect in a lot of his other writing, especially his other children and young adult writing. So thanks for watching, guys, and again, this is part of my new series called the Book Review Blitz, and comment on all the Book Review Blitz videos to be entered into the giveaway, and then I'll make a video revealing who the winner is, and then you get to get a book. Maybe you'll get to choose this one, and you'll be happy that you did, because this is a good book. Okay, that's all I have for today. Bye.